Hi everyone, this is Michael Newton with eXp Realty, and yes, I've snuck out of my office so that I can record a video in a new setting, and I'm hoping that my kids don't come anytime soon and interrupt the video. Luckily, 3 of them are sleeping and the rest are watching TV, so we should be okay, hopefully for a few minutes. What I want to talk about today is 4 things that you need to keep in mind when selling your property, when you're going through the staging process, to make sure that you are making it look the best, so that we can have the best chance at selling it for the highest price possible, which is our goal. And so I want to talk about 4 things. The 4th item is going to be in my opinion, it's the most important item that we need to consider when staging a property. So we'll talk about that as well at the very end. But number 1, what we want to do is we want to think about decluttering and cleaning, right? And so it's very, very simple. Anything that is unnecessary to be in the home, put away in a box, and put it away, and then go through the property and clean like you've never cleaned before. You want to make it look as much as a show home, as close to a show home as possible, right? So clean and declutter, that's step number 1, right? Step number 2 is setting up the furniture and decorations in the home to increase the flow and the welcoming feel of the layout of the home, right? Now, this doesn't mean that you have to go out and buy fancy pillows, or, if your furniture is older that you can't use it. It doesn't mean any of that, right? In fact, staging to sell has very little to do with what kind of furniture or what kind of, fancy latest designs you're using in the home. What's really important is what the placement of the furniture is and where the decorations are being placed. So think about how your eye flows through space, right? So when you look at something and you're looking at a wall, for example, if your eyes stop as you're looking at a particular wall, they stop because they're looking at different items on the wall. But if there are no items, your eyes are going to flow completely from one end of the wall to the other. So when that happens, you're tricking your brain into thinking that the space is bigger, right? And that's really what we want when it comes to staging. You want to show off the space. You don't want to cut it off with having too many items on a wall or on a shelf or on a countertop, right? So if you look at your kitchen, if you have too many appliances, get rid of them. Have 1 or 2 out, or none at all, and just show off the generous counter space that's provided in your kitchen, right? So that's just one example. Okay, so that's step number 2. Step number 3, I want to talk about lighting, right? And so there's 2 aspects of that. Number 1, natural light. So open up the curtains, let the natural light come into the home. That's going to make it look more cozy, more welcoming, right? And also turn on all the lights, especially in the evening. Turn on all the lights in the home before a showing, and that way it looks bright and welcoming, right? Turn them on in the closets, turn them on in the bathrooms, turn them on in the basement. That way when the buyer is walking through the home, they can see everything that's there, right? Now, one note I want to make about lighting is that you want to make sure that the light bulbs are the same color, right? So you have yellow light and white light. Generally, those are the 2 most common types of colors that you see inside a home. What you want to do is ensure that the lighting is the same in every area of the home, right? You don't want to have, for example, in one lamp that has 3 bulbs, you don't want to have 1 yellow and 2 white bulbs. You want to make sure that they're all the same color. It doesn't matter if it's yellow or white. Doesn't make that big of a difference. You just want to make sure that they're all the same color. If you have a kitchen and a dining room, you want to make sure that the lighting in the kitchen is the same as the dining room if they're all in the same space. Okay, so that's a note about lighting, and then the fourth step, which I think is probably the most important when it comes to homes, is making sure that it's in good repair, that the home is in good repair. Okay, now if you're a handy person and you understand what's going on with the home, make sure that those repairs, whether it's a leak under the sink, or you have a dishwasher that's acting up, or you know, or you have a drippy shower head, you know, you want to make sure that all of those repairs are taken care of in advance, right? I have many home sellers saying, well, why can't, you know, can we just tell the buyers that we'll fix it afterwards? The answer to that is no, because it affects the first impression of the home. And in real estate, first impressions and presentation are absolutely everything. So making sure those repairs are done ahead of time are going to make a world of a difference. Now, to make this even more impactful, you could do a pre-inspection. So hire a professional, licensed home inspector, someone that has a good reputation, and get them to provide you with a report of what repairs should be done in the home, and then go ahead and make those repairs and leave the report on the kitchen counter with the notes that you made about the repairs that were made, and that is going to give the buyers a higher level of confidence. And what we see is that homes end up selling for higher, they receive multiple offers and everything else, because one of the biggest fears that a buyer has is buying a property that has issues. So by you being proactive and taking care of these repairs ahead of time is going to give those buyers a much higher level of confidence. And this goes for any type of market, whether it's a hot market, a cold market, it doesn't matter. It will affect the sellability of your house positively. Okay? So with that in mind, let's celebrate, because none of my kids came into the living room and I was able to finish this video in one shot and give you the best advice I could in terms of staging and helping you to get top dollar for your home. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out anytime. Bye for now.